Thanks for tuning into this video briefing. We're going to talk about a lot of things here, but mainly the extended heat wave and record-breaking temperatures, and then the potential for Santa Ana wind. Looks like with the temperatures and the wind, we have very high impact potential for Southern California. This is Alex Tardy, meteorologist, National Weather Service, San Diego. Heat warning is in effect through Labor Day. Really covers all of California, including all of Southern California, as shown here. Heat warning in effect for excessive heat, record-breaking temperatures. We are also looking at red flag conditions, as shown on this map here. Covers the area from the Inland Empire, Riverside County Mountains down to the San Diego Mountains and foothills and inland valleys. Critical conditions, especially on Saturday, that roll into Sunday. Combination of temperatures, low humidity, and the wind with critically dry fuels in place. What kind of temperatures are we talking about? Take a look at your favorite location here. You can see readings are going to be inland over 110, up around 115. Even on the coast, we're talking about temperatures around 100. The desert sharing their heat on Saturday. It'll warm up very rapidly. On Sunday, it looks like this. Some places even hotter, especially locations just inland, like the Inland Empire. We could be talking about all-time highs in Inland Empire and some of the inland valleys. Again, day 2 on Sunday. What are we looking at for heat risk? Well, the heat risk is going to be very high because temperatures are much above average, 20 to 25 degrees above averages. Dangerous heat if precautions are not taken. Take this serious. On Monday, Labor Day, it looks like we have a little bit of a cool down, so to speak, along the coast and inland valleys. Deserts continue to be a scorcher around 120. Some relief expected, but all intents and purposes still hot as we go into Labor Day. Maybe a little better cooling along the coast with the sea breeze as those easterly winds back off. What are we looking at for winds? Speaking of wind, on Saturday, the biggest problem area looks to be in the shaded dark green and yellow, where we can see wind gusts between 30 and 40 miles per hour. Primarily, it looks like Saturday afternoon. Okay, why so hot? Upper level high pressure, big dome of high pressure. It came down from the north this time, and it's parked over us. And it's going to stay parked over us through Monday before it retreats a little bit. And it's going to blow some dry easterly winds across the deserts into our region shown here. Now, what has changed? Well, we actually introduced cold air across the Great Basin and Rockies. The upper level high pressure retreats to the north over the Pacific Northwest as shown, but it allows cold air to fall down from the north over the Rockies, and that sets up for what we call a Santa Ana wind. Santa Ana wind. The pressure gradient of surface high pressure, dome of cold air from the snow that occurs in the Rockies and the cold air will tighten across the Great Basin and send the Santa Ana winds, the northeast to east winds over our region. Doesn't look strong at this time, but it does look at least weak to moderate. And it's unusual before September 15th to have a Santa Ana wind in Southern California, especially with the very cold air. And it is unusual to have heavy snow in the Rockies in the first half of September. Where does it go? Well, the Santa Ana luckily weakens late next week, but upper level high pressure remains anchored over Southern California. So we're going to warm back up, especially over the mountains and deserts that cool off from the Santa Ana wind. Coastal areas won't cool off from the Santa Ana wind, and then will remain with a very weak sea breeze and upper level high pressure over us. So we warm back up, not to the levels we saw Saturday and Sunday, however. What kind of temperatures are we talking about? Speaking of Saturday, Sunday, right here, temperatures exceeding 110 inland areas, getting close to 120, even in the deserts, across the inland valleys, across the Inland Empire. Beaches, not much relief. Coastal cities, around 100, if not a little bit hotter. I'm talking about record temperatures. Record temperatures look to be 15 to 25 degrees above average. Take a look at your location here. We're talking about, in some locations, all time. This is what I mean by all time. Anaheim, if you reach the forecasted 115, that would be all time. Escondido, Vista, And we're even talking about downtown San Diego around 100 at the airport. We're talking about dangerous temperatures all time for September and even all time for any time of the year. Drink plenty of fluids. Limit your outdoor activity this weekend. It's a serious situation with the temperatures. Even with the lower humidity, you're going to become dehydrated. You'll feel some heat exhaustion, heat stress. If you don't take precautions, it can get worse. Check on the elderly, the pets, the kids. Dress appropriately if you must be outdoors, if you're going for a short walk or jog. Try to wait until the evening or early morning hours, very early or in the evening when the sun is setting. Relax in a shady spot if you must be outdoors. And of course, go in the air conditioning if you can. Here are the highlights. Check the latest weather.gov. San Diego, excessive heat warning is in effect. Excessive heat warning in effect. Red flag warning also in effect. We're really focused on San Diego County, but it extends up into the Inland Empire and Riverside County. Accumulative impacts will start occurring with the warm nights and the hot days over the course of the long weekend. Records will be broken, possibly all-time records. We should see a little bit of increase in humidity or mugginess along the immediate coastline. Otherwise, inland areas, very dry air during the day. The Santa Ana wind looks like an actual Santa Ana wind event for Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. So stay tuned for more details on that as we move forward. We don't see much break. We could see some patchy fog and cooling on Monday along the coast. But overall, the coast is in the 90s to around 100. The heat continues later next week as well. So this is an intense heat wave for Labor Day weekend, but it continues into next week. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Stay safe over the holiday. Check the latest forecasts. Try to avoid the daylight hours during this extreme heat wave. And keep in mind, make smart decisions when it comes to outdoor activities. The wildfire danger is also very high.